Caleb, it seemed like a game where you guys were just able to execute your game plan, really put it away early on. Can you talk about the performance from the team?
Yeah, I thought it was really comprehensive. Started very strong. We had the first 2 chances, which were good chances. In the first 10 minutes, that was pleasing. The mentality to start aggressive. You always want to see that in your team, and we saw that from a psychological standpoint, a real hunger and intensity. That's, it's a little thing, but it's a big thing. Thought in terms of style of play, the way we played, on the ball, it was excellent. We penetrated a lot as well, so possession, I agree, means nothing other than resting on the ball, but possession with purpose, with penetration, it's probably our best game in terms of penetration and getting in behind, a back four. And I was really pleased with that. Defensively, it was excellent. We wanted to manage the crosses in the box, and I thought we limited the crosses that they had. I haven't looked at the analytics yet, but it seemed like they didn't have as many crosses as they probably would have liked. And the ones they did get in, I thought we defended excellent. Our center backs, our outside backs chipped in as well. So it was a good performance. Real pleased, obviously clean sheet, score 3 goals. If I'm nitpicking, I would have liked to see us play with a bit more killer instinct and go for the jugular a little sooner, in that second half. But we got the 3rd goal, and then we managed the game from there on out.
Caleb, talk about Darren's progress in this lineup, and obviously he was a big factor in getting behind.
Yeah, first goal obviously created, and again, he doesn't get credit for that, on the score sheet, similar to like the Seattle PK that he created, and the pressure, some of those little things, and that's his game, and we've tried to define that to where he's playing to his strengths, and his strengths are he covers a lot of ground, he's quick, he closes space, he presses well, and in looking to run behind and stretch, that's where he can be dangerous, threatening the back four, and I thought it was his best game. Obviously set up the first goal with the PK and then scored in the second, and should have had a few others, but those will fall. Obviously good news is he's getting chances, and I thought they had no answer for him.
Caleb, Diego moved into the lead for the Golden Boot race. Did you see this coming? Was there any indication in practice or anything? Did you see him going on this tear?
I think, anytime guys are scoring goals at the rate that he is, it's a confidence thing, and, he's been just riding this wave. And, he's always scored goals, I've said that. He's always played well, but, he's rode a tidal wave of confidence, and we hope it continues. And I think any goal scorer will tell you that, when you're confident, things seem to slow down. And he's certainly making it look easy right now.
Diego Chara also played a big role in this one. He had a big part in the first 2 goals in particular. What did you ask him to do in this game, and was there anything in particular that you saw from him?
I think a lot of it is I'm a big believer in the partnerships and teams, and Darlington and him are a great partnership. We know that. And with the spree of playing as well as he's playing, we've been able to move D in the middle, and obviously early in the year it was working with D wide and Guzman Chara, and we were playing with outside backs providing the width. Right now with the wingers we're playing, we don't need as much width that allows us to keep more balance in our back four, which is a big reason why we're getting more clean sheets and we're just defending better. We've got a very good attack, obviously, and sometimes it's counterintuitive to play outside backs that don't get forward, guys that are more passers, but we don't really need our outside backs to be bombing forward. We're going to score goals, we're going to create goals, but I think our balance has been much improved with Roy, and Zarek. And with the way we crafted the plan, we were going to get those guys on the ball to start our attack, not to bomb them forward, but to pull out, the wide guys of their diamonds, and to get, that diamond sliding across the pitch. And you saw we gave them a lot of trouble switching play and circulating the ball. And that's what you want to do against a diamond, is make that diamond work, make that diamond cover the pitch. And I thought Zarek and Roy made good decisions when they got on the ball.
Darren just gave them all sorts of fits, and I was just wondering if you could kind of talk about the progression since he came to Portland up to the Gold Cup and then from the Gold till now.
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret. I'm a big fan of Darren Maddox. You know, I won a national championship with him. He scored, 20 goals in that year that we won it, and played up top with Darlington. And he's just electric. His pace, and when he went to Vancouver, he was very good that first year, and then gradually his minutes were less and less. Part of that was he was injured quite a bit. And I think same thing here. The role that he played was reduced, I think, in a lot of ways, because one, we have a good player in Hadi. Two, he was injured a lot. And I think also my goal in getting him was a little bit to work him back into form, because he had been sitting for a couple of years. And, so it was a little bit of a rehab project in some ways, to just get him back to form and get him confident and get him doing the things that he's good at, playing in a way that I know he's capable of. It's not been perfect, obviously, but getting a run of games and being confident has allowed him to, I think, get back to the form that he's capable of. And, that form, when he started in this league, was one of the best number 9s in the league.
Over the course of the year, we've increasingly seen Nagbe, when he's playing central with Diego Chara, sit a little bit deeper and almost play as the 6 in that combination. Yeah. Is that something that's just sort of a natural consequence of Chara's, instinct to bird dog the game a little bit, or do you think that, or is that something that's by design that you put in?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of playing out of the back, we knew that they would split their 2 forwards on our center backs, and then they had Giles Barnes picking up the furthest, midfielder. Obviously, typically that's Chara, but we wanted to rotate Chara and D, and have D play deeper, which allowed Chara to play in that next layer. Also, it allows Chara to step on and press and be mobile. And we asked him to do a job on Jotun, because in looking at their team and how they get into a rhythm, a lot of it was through him. He was the highest touches in the last several games. So that allowed Chara to kind of choke out the possession through Jotun, and D played a little deeper, and really helped us get into a rhythm.
Last one.
You talked about Valeri's confidence earlier. You heard the chance of MVP. What do you think about the MVP talk, and how do you think the confidence that you're seeing from is affecting the rest of the team?
Yeah, I've said it a lot. Big players on big teams produce, and the teams that are doing well, look at the table. They've all got guys that are producing. So when you score goals, you win games, and the good teams have players on those teams that are scoring goals. As far as the MVP race, I don't think about it. I'm biased, so of course at the end of the year when the voting happens, I'm going to want him to win. But he's not thinking about it, I'm not thinking about it. The best thing we can do is keep winning games.
Thanks, everyone.